Hello friends, continuing Angular just 2 course. Today I'm going to give some example about how to use ng for directive. So this is I have created a service called student service, and it is going to return list of students, and this service I have been imported and injected into the providers, and now I'm going to use that service in my app component. And how to use ng for directive. Let me first get that in my app component. Private student stu- private service. I will I will skip this part. Hi friends, I have kept ready, and so this is the on ngInit and initialization. I am going to get the students and assigning back to that to my student object. Now I will using ngFor. I am going to retrieve my students list and display here. So I will use table. So I will use skeleton. So this is my skeleton here. I'm using, so right now it is like that. It doesn't have data. It doesn't display. Now I will use ngFor. I will display here. So I wanted to use tr. So in Angular, to use ngFor, we have to go for ng, that is directive. So for all directives, we will use star equal let, so quotations, let student of, so my object. So this is my object. So so what Angular will do is it will loop the list of object list. It will loop and using ngFor, it will iterate the list of students list and this and that many times. Suppose if it has 4 students list, it will return, it will loop 4 times. So it will also create, yeah, table row. So using ngFor, we can loop the list. So if you wanted to display the result, then we have the td. In td, so first loop, if we try to loop, it will get the from the array, it will get the one object from student list and assign back to this variable. So in this variable, I am having the students details. So if we want to display using interpolation, I can display, for example, student1 dot id. So this is my one of the property inside of student. So let me see how it gets displayed. If you observe here, it's looping my students list and displaying each student. So I will continue for same for remaining. Now I have I have mentioned all the properties inside the student. So ID, first name, last name, and date of birth, gender. It, so let's see that how it gets displayed. If you observe here, it iterate each iterate the list and get the student object and display it here. This is how we can use ngFor in Angular. So this is mostly we will use whenever we want to loop our object. We'll go for ngFor. I think it's mostly useful most of the projects. I will add some more example in ngFor. Suppose if you wanted to loop index and as well as if you want to know what is this even number or odd number, or is the first row or last row. So we have different kind of checks we can write. If you wanted to get the index, this is how we can retrieve. And if you want to know whether it is first or last row, then we can, if you write, this is how we can fetch. Same way for last, same way for even, same way for odd. So I have implemented all this and I am displaying here, and as well as my serial number. So if you see this output, it's going to be like that. So these are my serial numbers. And if you wanted to start with 1, you write 1 plus 1, then it automatically set like that. And this is the first, that's why it is true, it's not last, false, it is even. And I think this is for even, odd, so this is not not odd. So that's why this is not the first, last, true, even, odd. So I hope you understand how we use ngFor loop in Angular. Thank you, thank you very much. Please keep watch my videos.